you coming in, please leave a comment on the bottom of your experiences about MTV. I would appreciate that. So thank you all for stopping by. Your edited version is ending right now. Tommy Sticks checking out. Have a blessed day. Stop back, hit subscribe if you like the vibe. Okay, this is for us. Now we're back in the game right now. Now our next topic is going to be the crime family chart. Now this should have been another show, but I want to do it right now. Listen to me, I may not have another show. God forbid, I may not have another show. So I go with topics that pop into my brain. Next up, we're going to go with the crime family chart. We're going to talk a little bit about the crime family chart from the boss all the way down. We're going to jump into this a little bit. We're going to jump into this topic a little bit. The crime family chart. But first, hold on. I want to show you something, guys. We're going to go to the different cameras for a minute. We're going to go to the cameras for a minute. Let's go up here. You want to see the cameras? I wish Fancy Nancy was here right now. She's not here. Where is Patty Daly? Okay, we got the St. Peter camera going up there. Hello, St. Peter. Pray for us. Or even St. Anthony. We'll take a prayer from you. St. Anthony is the prayer of lost items. And it appears that people think that I have lost my mind. So St. Anthony, I pray to you today. Please help me find my brain. I lost my mind. St. Anthony is the patron saint of finding things. Help me find my way back to normalcy. Please, please, we're losing it. Okay, that's the prayer to St. Anthony. Let's go to the other camera. Let's go to the other camera real quick before we get into our topic. Let's go into our topic. Here we go. Here we go. Let's check out the other one. Let's go with this camera. Now you get to see the full social club. I'm taking you into the full social club. Check out this, guys. Check this one out. Look at what you got here. I'm on TV. Guys, can you see that or no? And can you hear me? Do you see we're on television right now? Look, we are on TV, guys. We got the televisions going. The social club is in full effect over there. And here we are. Thumbs up if you could see and hear everything, please. Okay, so I made myself a nice little place here. One room joint, and I made a nice little place over here. Okay, you got to make do with what you have. You like the wall, Mike F? You were wondering what I'm going to put up there, Mike F. I don't know. Some people say put the Manhattan skyline picture up. I don't know yet. I got to see. It probably needs a little white on the wall. But there you go. So listen, guys. Listen, folks. Here's what you do. You really make do with what you have. Okay? You make do with what you got to make the best of things every day. The black wall. I made the black wall. Yeah, I made a black wall back there. Let's go back to the Yes, I painted the wall black. So there we go. We're off the black wall. Okay, so there you go. We're back right here. Camera A. Camera A. Camera B today is for St. Anthony. And camera C over there is for the social club. I made a nice little cozy little spot here. Good morning, Tammy. Nice to see you. Yeah. Stony Tony. It's a very humble place. It's a very small place. But I figured I could make something nice out of it. Keep it a little comfortable. And that's what I did over here. Okay, listen to me, folks. Our next topic is the crime family chart. We're going to listen, folks, live next right here. We're going to talk about the crime family chart. Nothing in depth and no criticisms, just some observations and some input from you guys in the social club. And if you're watching this part later, please leave a comment on what your thoughts of the discussion that we're about to have. Here we go. We're going live in
It's the Tommy Stig Show in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, folks, we got 5 seconds to grab your attention. What we're going to talk about right now is a crime family chart. We're going to try to dip into this a little bit, a little conversation, a little dialogue, a little nonsense talk from me in the chat, just a little loose conversation about the crime family chart. Now, you got the boss. Obviously, you got a boss up top, right? You got an underboss. You got a consigliere. You got some captains. You got some soldiers. You got some associates. There is a level under associate that people don't really know about. There is a level under associate. Now, people don't really talk about this part. But at all those positions along the way, you need acting. So you might have an acting boss. Now, you may have a ruling panel, which I think it's a pretty good thing. So, a 3-man ruling panel. I think it's a good thing. So you might have the boss. You may have an acting boss. You have an underboss. You may have an acting underboss. Right? You got a capo di cena. You got the captains. All right? You got the consigliere. You might have a sit-in consigliere. You might have 2 at that position. Sometimes you need it. Then you drop down to the capos, the capo di cena, like I just said. You got the captains, and then you have acting captains. So typically a soldier who is a made guy can fill in as an acting captain if their captain of their crew goes away or is even shelved. And shelved is not a bad thing, folks. You guys got to get that out of your brain about being shelved. This Mikey Scars flipped because he was shelved, amongst other reasons, but apparently Scars, whatever his name is, he got shelved and then he got all sensitive and blah, 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 and he gave it up. He couldn't do it. So you got actings. Now, typically a high-level soldier. Now, even in the soldier aspect, you got different levels of soldiers. People don't understand this chart. They see a chart on the TV screen. Excuse me. They see a chart on the TV screen. They see a chart on the internet, and they think this is it. No, a lot goes into that chart, folks. Now, you got the boss, the underboss, consigliere, capos, soldiers, associates, and then you got the real street crime guys grinding it out. And those guys are grinding it out. You're not an associate until you're on record. You're typically on record when you're an associate. Typically, not everybody. Because some associates say, I want no part of that organizational chart. I need a home. I need a house to be in, so to speak. But I don't want to be part of your mess. You're all a mess up there. No. I'm good right here on the street. I can do what I want to do. I answer very little to somebody. The worst thing an associate can do, the worst thing a guy knocking around on the streets can do is get made. It's the worst thing that could happen, in my opinion. My opinion is the worst thing you could do is get your button. No. You're better off being an associate. I think associate's a good level to be at. I think one level under associate is fun. You're exploring. You're learning things. Once you are an associate, typically the goal of an associate is to become a soldier, a made guy. There's some discussions that can be had there. Personally, I don't know what they do, ALV, if they make people or not. Typically, I would say associate's probably the most enjoyable level. Associate. So listen, I got a question for you folks. Who do you think is the most important part of an organized crime family? What position do you think is the most impactful part and does the most for the family? Which level do you think is the most important part of the family? What keeps the nuts and bolts running of a criminal organization, of a chart? What makes it tick? What do you think? What's your thoughts? Below an associate, they're not on record with anybody. They're out there on the street before they get picked up by somebody. ALV. He's boosting cars. He's stealing cars. Just things. Selling your car out of his trunk. Selling cologne out of the trunk. Selling swag. So that borders on associate and knockaround guy. Listen, we call it a knockaround guy. Okay, there's a knockaround guy, and then you become an associate. What do you think is the most important part of the money train? No. What positions keep the money flowing? What's your thoughts on what runs this business? Who does it? Who brings where's the money? Where is the wealth coming from? Who is it? Which one is it? Boss, underboss, consigliere, captain, soldier, associate, knockaround guy. Who is the most? Who is the most important? Very curious. Tammy says associate. The guy who communicates. Knockaround guy. Yeah, Knockaround Guys was a great movie. Earners. Okay. Which level? Low-level guys are the most important, Patrick? You believe that? Yes. Associates bring in the money. Yes. Okay, ALV. Wow. Great. You guys are amazing today. Good conversation. I appreciate this. Captain, huh, Martha? You think it's captain is the most, what's the word I'm looking for, Aunt? The most important? Or the most what? I left that out. I left out the leg breakers because they are used for a certain aspect of business. Like any big corporations, the people on the bottom. M. Powell, great comment. Great comment. Joey Dell, hello, good morning. Wow, you guys were great. High-level earning crew. Huh? Essential. Okay, thank you, Aunt. The most essential to a criminal group. Captains have crews who work. Okay. What a great, good conversation, guys. Good conversation. It is appreciated. It is appreciated. If you're watching this on the replay, please leave a comment about this topic. What do you think is the most essential part of a crime group, of an organized crime chart? Essential? You got to get the money in there. How do you get the money when you have problems? The leg breaker, the Luca Bronzis. How do you do it? Who guides these guys on what to do in situations? Typically a captain, because a captain typically is a little older or experienced. So the captain is very important in guiding soldiers. You cannot have an organization without associates, right? I'm putting you on the TV, Tommy, so I could start my day. Well, very nice, Tammy. I'm actually on the TV too. But I'm only on for a couple of more minutes. You are only as good as the last dollar. So in theory, this works. In theory, this organized crime chart works. It's a beautiful setup. The problem is you end up with miscreant douchebags that become and work part of this organization, and then they cannot stand the fire. They cannot stand up when it comes. Now, there's different levels of crime within. Years ago, I said, apologies for that. You're not supposed to say, But years ago, before this RICO, men got charged with typical crimes if they got caught committing them. Then RICO came and changed the whole thing. Well, listen, conspiracy changed a lot of things. Conspiracy was a big charge, but the RICO thing, putting it all together as an organization, was tough. The commission trial tells us such. It was a bad. It was every boss got 100 years. It was proven that there's an organization. This, that, the other thing, and things happened, and it didn't turn out so well. And the organization was just destroyed. The feds have all the time and the money and resources. Yes, Stephen. But But I also say the associate and the knockaround guy are probably the most essential. Where do you think the money's coming from for the boss to have that fancy house and that fancy car? The boss is not out boosting cologne. The boss is not, but the boss put his time in. The boss put his time in. It's a beautiful chart. The organization, the structure, it's great. It's amazing. Let's go through it a little more times. Let's go through it a little more one more time. I'm going to add a couple of components that I did miss. I apologize. So you got the boss and maybe an acting boss. You got the underboss, maybe an acting underboss. You got the consigliere, maybe an acting consigliere. Then you got the soldiers. There's no such thing as really an acting soldier. If a soldier goes away, they might bring an associate up and make him, possibly, depends what's going on and what year in life we are in. And then you have the soldier, you have the associates, you have the knockaround guys. Now you got to branch that out a little bit. You may add a couple of components. These are called the disposable guys. Okay, now you have disposables. We didn't put that in there. Very, very, very important part of the organization is the disposables. Now, there's a few on the YouTubes that are what they would have been disposed of. They are the disposables. All right. They're typically the leg breakers. They're typically the wayward guys. They're typically cowboys, so to speak. Now, somebody can get control of this weak-minded individual who is the leg breaker, because the leg breaker is a weak-minded individual, and the captains or the soldiers may prey on these disposables to go do dirty work. They get work in. They do what they got to do. They go collect from people that don't want to collect. The bookmaker, they don't want to bother. The loan shark, they want him to keep working. No, they don't want the bookmaker or the loan shark to get an assault charge or a murder charge. So there are guys for this. These guys eventually do get disposed of. And there's a few names I could throw around on here, but I'm not going to do that. But you guys might know who those players are. They thought they were associates. They thought they were going to be something. They were going to be put in the fucking river is what they were going to be done. That's what was going to be done to them. They were going under. They were not trash cans. They were, what do you call the carpet? They're rugs. They're rugs. All right? Okay, so we're done. Hopefully you do have a good understanding of how it goes. I'm going to go with the most essential might be the associate and the soldier. They bring in the money. The problem is when you become a soldier, you are really, really obligated. You're really, really obligated to some serious, you're stuck. You're stuck once you become a made guy. So listen, first of all, I don't recommend anybody getting involved in this life. If you do, don't make it your goal to be a made guy. Be a knockaround guy, okay? Any questions? Any thoughts? Any ideas that I missed as I was speaking? I do apologize for not really being fluent with the chat today, but I needed to get these points out. Let's go. Give me some. What's your thoughts? Stiggs, with a heavy hitter lawyer. Heavy hitter in the ALV. Who was our Pope? Anthony Pope? Who was the other one? Represented the Setters back then. What's his name? Come on. You got me. You're catching me off guard. Donnie Rinaldi, who was my lawyer. Donnie Rinaldi was incredible. Donnie Rinaldi, Critchley? I think Critchley was a lawyer over here for a lot of the guys. Pope, incredible. I think Pope was Joey Pernis' lawyer. Yeah. Yep. So we had some good lawyers. Good lawyers. Always around. Eddie Jacobs, yeah. Got great lawyers around. Bruce Cutler in New York. The best, yeah. Ferrante, okay. De Silva was a great. He's from Newark, born and raised. De Zevo, okay. Camano, Ricardo Camano. He speaks English and Spanish. He's good. He's a criminal lawyer. There's some good stuff. My rule would be never murder for money. Yes. Great. You guys are amazing. I hope you enjoyed the show. This may have been boring to some, and I understand, and I get it. I mean, look, the topics are not for everybody. The topics are not for... Now, that's just the organizational chart. Maybe one day we'll get into the nuts and bolts. If somebody ever wants to come on panel with me, we can talk about a lot of this stuff. I'm not really a mob talk type of guy, but it is our culture. I dabbled in and grew up around. So, and still have friends. That, you know, it's good. So that's the situation there. That's where we're at. We can't take the money in our grave. Hello there, Shooting the Dice. How are you? Nice to see you today. Thanks for coming in. There's your dice right there next to the coffee pot. This is the old-fashioned coffee pot. Look at that, man. Beer is better than coffee. Okay, you enjoy your beer. I would be made in the apple dumpling gang. All right, Lee Osborne, the apple dumpling gang. Yes, I would not recommend getting into that life. I really wouldn't. Oscar Goodman. There's some good lawyers out there. There's some good, but you know, you got those disposables. So that's the look. You get a pinch on a gambling pinch or a loan sharking pinch in Jersey. The first is 3 to 5. 3 to 5 is the charge, depending on if there is conspiracy in there. I know one guy, first pinch over here, Nicky Mita, got 7 years. I think Nicky Mita got 7 years on his first gambling pinch. That's fucking history. That made history. I could be wrong about that, but I know Nicky Mita, he was a Gambino from Newark and Belleville. I think he got 7 years on his first pinch. And that's crazy for a gambling pinch. But this is what it is. Yeah. Bobby Simone. Yeah. It used to be 6 months for gambling. Yeah. 3 to 5, first offense. 5 to 7, second offense. 7 to 10, third offense, and so on and so forth, depending on what they put in there. A lawyer is on, yeah. It's good. Yeah. They tried to give my boy Baba the death penalty for betting. Yes, they did. 7 years for gambling, Gerard. Unbelievable. It's a county time offense. Because for gambling, you could drop it down to a 4th degree indictable offense. Now listen, you drop it from a felony down to, you can go as low as a 4th degree indictable offense for bookmaking in New Jersey. And you could get county time, which many people rather go to state. Many people rather go to state prison than county. You guys know that or no? Can anybody co-sign that? Can anybody confirm that they rather do state time than county time? What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on that? I'd like to hear feedback from you guys. Silence right now is not good, so I got to keep talking. But what's your thoughts? Yeah. Yes. Rico on a gambling charge. Yeah. Crazy, Dirty Harry. You rather do state than county? I think it depends on the judge and whether or not they like you. Yeah, there's a sentencing guideline. Susan, there's a sentencing guideline. Yes. State time instead of county? Yeah, man. The county has lifelong effects on you. I don't recommend county time. If you're going to do it, you got to go to state. Sony. Oh my God, Stony Tony. So they punish me. They put me in county instead of state. They punish me pretty good. County time is worse. Yeah, it's bad. County is ruthless. Bad shit, man. Oh my God. You don't forget. No, I don't know. Yeah. Wow, it's crazy. I've been in only county. I only did county time, shooting the dice. Only. Is that all right to say, Magooch? Only did county time? Is that only did county time? I mean, people say, oh, I only did county. He got 9 months in the county. I wanted the 365 to go downstate. I wanted to go downstate, Trenton or wherever, northern state. Yes. They couldn't give me 5 years because I pled guilty. So they couldn't give me 5 years. The most they could have given me was a year on my plea deal. I said, I'm only pleading guilty if you take off conspiracy. I'm not implicating anybody else. Your sister said county is much worse than state. Monmouth County sucks because it's a federal holding. Oh, yeah. A year in county is like doing 5 in state. And I never knew it, Magooch, until I was all part of it. So, yeah. When someone says, that guy only did county time, listen, somebody that does county, they've been through a lot. There's no joke. This serious. So, shooting the dice, only a little county time. I know it sounds weird to say only county time. Does that sound weird? So anyway, in all seriousness, all kidding aside, please don't ever, these guys, they're on the YouTube. They want to fight. They want to go fight. They want to pull up on people, argue, catch a charge. You don't want to go in county. County is suffering and all the animals. Yeah. You don't want to go to county. Guys, if you get into a YouTube beef and you really meet up with somebody, you get into a problem, you're going into county. It's not okay. You're going to have problems. County's not good. You're not going to state for anything that happens through YouTube unless you clip somebody through the YouTube world. But otherwise, you're going to county holding. Now, the worst thing in there, guys, I saw non-criminals in the county prison. Now, this is interesting. I saw non-knockaround guys, non-criminals in county for drunk driving, for DMV violations. They're coming into county, and I'm saying, oh my God, this is not going to end well. Forgive me for sinning, for saying, oh my God, but it's not going to end well. It's not going to end well. This dumb motherfucker, parking tickets, speeding tickets, motor vehicle violations, drunk driving. They're coming into this fucking cage. They're throwing them in here. Come on. They're throwing them right here. You always go to county first, holding, yeah. No. Shannon, it's brutal. Now, the woman's wing was incredible. I loved Satellite 9. Satellite 9 in Caldwell Penitentiary. Yes. Yeah. Caldwell Penitentiary. Satellite 9 was the women. And they, come here, white boy. Bring that baby over here. Let me get some of him. Come here, white boy. Yeah, the good black girls yelling out the windows. I loved it. And I'd be like, 900 push-ups today, girls. Let me in Satellite 9. We're going to have a good time. We're going to have a good time. Well, they called me Celebrity. My nickname in the joint was Celebrity because I knew everybody. So they called me Celebrity. Celebrity. Up. Celebrity. Laundry. Celebrity. Haircut. So my nickname in the joint was Celebrity. They called me Celebrity because, as you could see, I probably knew everybody in the joint. So I would walk past Satellite 9, shackled up like a fucking dog, and the black girls are yelling, hey, white boy, come on, let him in Satellite 9. We need him. We want him up here. That's good meat right there. Hey, Carmela, they would say, that's good meat right there. Let's go, baby boy. Come on, bring him in here. Come on, bring that boy into Satellite 9. Because they used to have Christian church over there. And Christian church is great. If anybody has ever been to Christian church, there's absolutely nothing like it. Oh, my God, Dirty Harry. How you make it work? What are you going to do? I had a good time. Do I say I had a good time? But people ask, what's the worst thing you see? What's the worst thing that can happen? And, I see these drunk drivers come in and these motor vehicle guys. Then the assaults on the women, that was a bad thing, man. When the assaults came in, when the domestics came in, no good. They got to put them in a holding. Shoe. They put them like in a shoe unit. They put them right in it's kind of like a shoe unit, I guess. But because you already got the ticket. They already know before you get in the door. They know when you get off the bus what you're there for. They know what you're there for. They know already. You're collared. They know you're collared. Yeah, I know, Dirty Harry. I know. I know. Yeah, it's like a protective custody, special housing unit, so to speak, the shoe. I don't know if that's the word that they used in county, but it was like that's true. I'm not white. I am Italiano. I am not white, Gerard. I'll take that. I'll own that. Okay, look, I got to get going, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy this. So listen, we spoke a little bit about MTV, the world we once knew, the world that is no more. I'm going to give you one more glance at the extra camera. Let's take a look at St. Anthony up there. We're going with St. Anthony right there. St. Anthony, please help Tommy Stiggs find his mind. You are the patron saint of finding lost things. And yes, I have lost my mind, right? You got to admit things first. So I admit that I lost my mind. No, I'm Italian. I'm not white. Hold on a minute. Let's go here. Let's go to the other. We're going to go to the other camera, and then we are out of here. So the world we once knew is not what it is now. Okay? The world that we once knew is not what it is right now. Camera 3 up. Camera 3 up. I'm watching myself on 65 inches of Toshiba. I'm watching myself right now on 65 inches of Toshiba. I put together my place nicey nice. It's ready for the weekend if we have some shenanigans going on here. Okay, there you go. So there you go. There you go. Okay, St. Anthony, help me, please. Find my brain. Okay, we're going to go out with a great song right now. Listen, the world we knew. The world we... 65. 65 inches. The world we knew, we know no more. We had the wonderful, what do you call it? We had the wonderful days of Casey Kasem. We had the wonderful days of